Okay, and your next worksheet is going to have some crazy fractions. It's going to have some distribution law. It's going to look weird. You're going to have to solve for x. Now, sometimes it's straightforward, but the whole point of doing this is we've got to get the x by itself. So we have to get rid of fractions because fractions makes our life more difficult. So how can I get rid of this 3 that's on the bottom? Well, the answer is you can just multiply the top by 3. If I put a positive 3 up here, whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. So if I times this side by 3 and I times this side by 3, it's exactly the same, right? So now these 3's literally just cancel each other out. And I'm left with 2x equals 22 times 3 is 66. Isolate the x is equal to 33. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. When you're seeing an x with a fraction on it, you've just got to kill that fraction. Okay, you got to get rid of it. Now, it gets a little more difficult because now we have fraction sign in the middle and we have x's on both sides. So you can actually use a technique called cross multiply. I'm literally going to multiply to get rid of these fractions. So I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to multiply it by the 4x minus 1, right? So 2, I have 4x minus 1 equals, on this side I have 5, 2x plus 3. Oh, this is looking so much better already. So now I can just do distributive law, right? 2 times the 4x and then 2 times negative 1. So 2 times 4x, 8x. 2 times minus 1, minus 2. 5 times 2x, 10x. 5 times 3 equals 15. So when you have the equals in the middle, you can just do the cross multiply way. Now I'm going to take this 10x and I'm going to move it over here. So if I do a minus 10x on this side and I have a positive 8x on this side, I'm going to end up with a minus 2x left over. I'm going to take this minus 2 and I'm going to put it over here. So that's going to be a positive 2. So I'm going to have 17 divided by minus 2, divided by minus 2. X is equal to, well, I should probably put this into a mixed fraction. 8 minus 8 and 1/2. All right, so that should be straightforward for you. Same thing here. I'm going to do my cross multiply. I'm going to do it all in one step this time. 4x plus 20, because I can do it in my head. 4 times the x, 4 times the 5. 6x plus 18. So at this point, this should be pretty familiar. I'm going to, again, take my 6x's. I'm going to move it over here. So really what I'm doing is I'm taking my 6x over here, and I'm taking my 6x off over here. So I'm going to end up with minus 2x. I have 20 to the positive, so I have to minus 20 over here. I have to minus 20 over here. So that would end up with negative 2. Divided by negative 2, divided by negative 2. X is equal to 1. Oh, I forgot to put my little box around. Should always put my box. All right. Distributive law. Don't forget, you have to watch your signs. 3a minus 15. Ooh, now you have to be careful because it's like there's a minus 1 here. All right, you have to be very careful. This is all going to flip its sign because really it's like there's a minus 1 right there. So minus 1 times 2a is going to be minus 2a. Minus 1 plus 2 is actually going to be minus 2. Ooh, be careful. A lot of students get that wrong. Equals 2a minus 2. Okay, I've got a big mess here because I've got a bunch of terms. I should collect my terms first before I start to try to solve things. So let's see, I have a 3a and I have a minus 2a. So really on the left side, I am just left with just a, or 1a. I also have a minus 15 and a minus 2. So I have a minus 17. I should have wrote that afterwards. I should say it is a minus 17, which is on the left side. 2a minus 2 is on my right side. Now I can just solve. Well, I have a positive 2 over here. I'm kind of always in the habit, you'll notice. I always try to keep my a's over here. So if I have to go minus 2a over here, I have to go minus 2a. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So just minus a. I have a minus 17, so I'm going to say positive 17. Positive 17. So I'm going to have 15. But really, I should never have a minus a. So really, I'm just basically dividing by minus 1 to get rid of that. So a is equal to, okay, so this is a bit of a mess because I've got a 3 and I've got a 5. I don't like that. I have to find a common denominator that I can do and do some canceling. 3 and 5, 3 and 5, 3 and 5. Well, I know that 3 and 5 would both go into 15. If I say times 15 times 15 times 15 times 15. All right, well now I can cancel some things out. So 15 into 3 becomes 5. So I get a 5n plus 2 times 15 is 30. Well, there's a 15 here and there's a 5 here, so I can cancel. And I end up getting a 3n plus 4 times 15 is 60. Okay, so now I want to move I'm going to minus 3n over here, so I'm going to minus 3n over here. So I'm going to end up with 2n. I'm going to take 30 off this side. I'm going to take 30 off this side. I get 60 minus 30 is 30. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. N equals 15. All right, so when they're not the same, you have to find that lowest common denominator or find a common denominator. Don't be scared of fractions. You just got to kill them. You got to say, I don't want those fractions. All right, this is kind of a cool one because I'm asking you to solve and check. Ooh, check if you did it right. All right, distributive law. Come on, you should know this now. 4 times x, 4x. 4 times 4, 16. 8 times x, 8x. 8 times minus 1, minus 8. All righty. Again, I'm going to take minus 8x over here, so I'm going to end up with minus 4x. I'm going to take minus 16 off this side, minus 16 off this side, equals minus 24. Divide by minus 4, divide by minus 4, x equals 6. But I asked you to check. Well, sub x in, right? So then you just go, I'm going to check it out, see if I did it right. 4, 6 plus 4 is equal to 8, 6 minus 1. 4 times 10 is equal to 8 times 5. 40 is equal to 40. I did it right. I love math.